few places that are capable and willing to take it. So, but beyond that, in the western part of the country, most of this stuff goes into injection wells, deep injection wells. It's not disposed of in surface plants like that. These surface plants that do handle it eventually dilute it down to the point where it's pushed into a river or into the Great Lakes. But there's still the chemicals going there. In New York State, the geology is such that the EPA will not allow injection wells in New York State. So the material has been struck out. They can't find a plant in the state, and there's not a whole lot of drilling going on. What has been done is to truck it to Ohio. Some of the material from the Maryland well was trucked to Ohio. That was a very, very small frac. It was only 3 trucks. The frac zone was about twice the height of this roof. That's it, as opposed to being a few thousand feet long.
Bill, I'll let you ask your last question.
I'm not hearing what I expected to hear when I come here this evening. I happen to be one of the guys that most everybody in this room has been taught to hate, because I am a landowner, and 10 years ago I did sign a lease. It was kind of dumb, but to me, it was $3 an acre. That figured out to $1,200. And being a farmer all my life, and running broke all my life, $1,200 was $1,200. So, and fine, things were good. You know, nobody knew anything about it. I was a good neighbor. I served here with this crew.
You gave me
So
a nervous
about,
tick. You gave me a nervous tick.
Yeah, I did. I've got a few more. So about 3-4 years ago, why, you know, my name pops up on a list someplace. This guy's got a contract. It'll be over here in 3 months. It's done. But, you know, all of a sudden now, I'm the guy that if they drill a well, I'm going to pollute all the air. I'm going to pollute every well that's around me. Everybody's going to have COPD and die of water poisoning. This is what's going around. I kid you not. This is what I'm living with. So now, you know, nobody likes me. Well, that's fine. I'm not going to, you know, I'm an old guy. I'm not going to be around that much longer anyway. And if they do drill, I won't be around to see it either. But I would like to put to rest. I'm going to ask you, you're the professor here tonight. You're the expert. What are the chances of all the air being polluted and all the water being polluted if I drill a well on my property?
From the statistics that I've seen, something like 1.5% of the wells go bad. So if you drill 1,000 wells, you're going to have 15 problems, serious problems. So chances of an individual well, while it's being drilled, going bad are pretty small. The consequences, the consequences of one going bad are pretty big. So it's that kind of thing that I think people have a lot of difficulty dealing with a small probability of a really serious problem. I mean, we do it with airplanes all the time. We take that little risk that we're going to fall out of the sky.
That's right.
But
I think you've answered my question.
But on airlines, the chances of it falling out of the sky are far, far less. About almost 1 million times less than the chance of a well going bad.
So did you give me a percentage that if I drilled a well on my property, what the chances would be to contaminate all the wells within my area?
Those are the kinds of numbers that have gone around on problems during drilling. There's another problem that comes up after the drilling is over and the well is closed in, and that's that the old wells start leaking. Even if they're plugged, they start leaking. So down the road, after it's, you know, and the chances get very high. I can't remember what it is after 50 years, but 100 years after the well was drilled, there's almost 100% chance that there's going to be some leaking. So that's something that we really haven't focused on. Everything is what's going on now, very little on what happens down the road.
Thank you very much, Louis.
Okay.
Laura, thank you for bringing them. I hope everybody